Alright, just figured I'd get out and walk around the neighborhood. Beautiful place. What I like to talk about is people I see so many times complaining that they cannot pay their bills. They don't get enough hours. They're not getting paid enough an hour. Whatever excuse they're trying to make. But yet, they have been at this job for 5, 10, 15 years. Why? Why are you staying at a job that is getting you nowhere? And on top of that, they got a car that's costing them $500-600 a month, renting a 2-story house that's costing them $2,000 a month. Not taking the opportunity of every free moment that they have to be able to make extra money. It's not like it used to be that you go, and some of you may not even remember or even know about, a thing called the ad pack that was put at your front door, just like the newspaper, which I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. I never seen a newspaper or subscribed to it or anything like that. Last time I seen one was when I still stayed at Mama's and Dad's. They used to get the newspaper. I used to go out there every now and then and get it for them. Some more homes being built. Nice. Getting to be a nice neighborhood. Used to get a newspaper route or ad pack route. Lemonade stand. Sell things in a flea market. There are so many opportunities out there now that were not there just a decade ago. And they keep complaining that they're not making enough money, but they'll stay in the same rut, the same job, in the same car, day in and day out. And they'll accuse that it's the economy, people at work, their boss, falsely accusing other people for something that they're the ones that's causing the problem that they're actually complaining about. I just don't understand why people keep doing the same thing over and over and over for years, decades sometimes, and then complain that things are not working out. I mean, have free time. Now in the new era of digital world, thing called apps. So many apps out there that you can actually make money just driving around. Places that we have been going for years and decades now. Nice. Everybody's friendly in the neighborhood. Everybody gives a wave and a smile. But places that we have been going for decades now, McDonald's and Hardee's and Pizza Hut and Domino's and all the restaurants and stuff. And now you have the opportunity, as long as you legally can drive, you can just go pick up some orders and deliver it and make money. Sitting back in the heat or the air condition, listen to your favorite radio station or your CD or MP3 player or any other music source that you may have. And when they have the opportunity to do that and still complain about, oh, I can't pay my bills, this debtor is saying I got this amount of money I got to pay, hundreds of dollars, this one's calling me, this one's calling me, the other one's calling me, some sending me threatening letters. But all meanwhile, they have the free time and they decide to go to the bar on the weekend, go to some event going on somewhere. Even if it's free, it still don't matter. Regardless of what the event is, even if it's free, it's still costing you money. Because you could be out there driving, listening to the radio, and making money and paying them bills that you keep complaining about. I love the neighborhood here. It's got a nice little pond here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice and calm. You can get a chair and sit out here and have a cup of coffee and just relax. It's so peaceful. And here off, and living out in the country, you hear gunfire off in the distance. Not too far. It can't be no more than maybe a mile, if that far. That's what I like about the country. It's really relaxing. But yeah, so many people I have seen, and they keep doing it, of just complain, and complain. I can't pay my bills. Not making enough money. Not getting enough hours. The co-workers are being a pain in the butt. They all gang up on me or whatever. But you just keep sitting at the same job, regardless of what it is. Instead of trying to do something about it, of getting another job, now some people are going to say it's hard to get a job. Of course. But you have total control over your spending. Total control over how much you spend. Dropping my glasses. Woo! You have control over how much money you spend. If you can't control how much money, or not taking the initiative to control how much money you got coming in, you can cut back on how much you spend. And that way your income would be more favorable to yourself. Don't go keep spending $500-600 a month on a car, $2,000 for rent. Look and see if you can be a minimalist. Be just getting by with what you need, not what you want. Because it's only going to hurt yourself. And you can control how much you spend, like I said. You don't need, that big car just because somebody else has it, or you just want it. Somebody's cooking out. I smell some charcoal. But I mean, you could tell them people to stop spending so much money and stuff. Get out there and kick butt of working all the free time you have. Now that's a beautiful yard. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, that is beautiful. The way they got that grass cut. Love how that grass is cut. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Nice straight lines in there. Beautiful cutting grass. But people just keep spending money and extra money that they don't really need to spend. Living beyond their financial means of how much they got coming in. I mean, some of them get really upset of, the debt collectors calling and texting, emailing. But they're just not taking the initiative to solve the issue that they have. Ooh, blue. Ooh, I love this blue truck here. Well, Jeep, actually. I have to show you this. This is a beautiful Jeep. Beautiful. Let's see if I can find a button here. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. Beautiful. Rims to match. Beautiful. There's a veteran, it looks like. It says on that flag up there, it says veteran. Nice, man. And the tailpipes too match. Beautiful thing. Now things like that to buy as long as you can afford it. It's like these houses in here in the neighborhood. They started at $300,000 and up. Now you might be able to negotiate a little bit, but most of these houses in here in the neighborhood start at $300,000. You talk sweet to them, you can get a good deal. But don't keep living beyond your means of your finances when you can't or won't do what it takes to increase your income. If you reduce your spending, that makes your income value even higher. It's almost like you got a raise. Because if you got say you got a house and it's $2,000 a month to rent, and it's costing you $300 in lights, then if you move into a house that's $1,000 a month and $150 light bill, well, you just made an increase on your income of, a little bit over $1,000. So it's like getting a raise. I mean, nowadays, oh man, more water. Just beautiful around here, man. Love this neighborhood. More people. Beautiful, 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 man. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Man, they got all these runoff ponds around here. They didn't just make a pond. They really made it look nice. I mean, even though it's just a runoff for all the building around here, which is the houses we have here is on concrete slabs. So it won't soak up any water where the house is sitting. So many square feet, I do believe, is they have to have and the pavement and all that, they have to have a runoff that will accommodate all the pavement they put down in the concrete. But it's so beautiful the way it looks like if they got one here that's if it gets too high, it runs off somewhere else, which I've never seen this before. Look at that. Yeah, if it gets too high, it runs through trickles right on down in there, just like it is over here. I hear it actually running. Nice. Well, I bet somebody love the way that thing's designed. Somebody with a skateboard would love to play in that. But look at this. Thinking it's got to run off. That's what that looks like. The first height that it gets to, it runs it off from there. Then it just runs down there, goes right off of there. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Love being in a neighborhood like this. Last time I heard sound like this, I was in the mountains. A little river. Man, makes me want to take a vacation and go to the mountains. Man, love being out in nature. Love it. Whoever done this landscaping in this neighborhood is, oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice. I think he landed in the water. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Got a little place over there he's standing. But yeah, I can talk to some people that I've come across in my lifetime that just not willing to do what needs to be done to make their finances better. But they'll keep complaining and complaining about they can't pay their bills. I love how they put all these rocks like this instead of just let it be dirt. Goes right into another neighborhood. I don't think it's the same neighborhood. It might be. Might be the second phase of it. Never been about this far in this neighborhood. I've always, up around my place up there. Never went all the way in the back. But it's nice, to see some people out there that's willing to cut back and live beneath their means of finances. Not try to just keep up with the Joneses, as we used to say. Too many people try to live way beyond their means, not willing to get out there and do what it takes to make their life so much better. It's a real shame when you try to help people, try to show them, try to teach them of how to get things done. And they're just not willing to. They'll stick with it for a week or two and then they're right back in the same old ruts they used to be in. And right back of complaining, whining, I remember when I was younger, I'm just thankful that I still feel young. I mean, if it wasn't for the injury that I had with the heating unit blow up in my face and knock me off my feet back for 4 or 5 feet, my right knee and my right elbow wouldn't act up every now and then. I mean, it just feels like somebody, you know how your elbow, if you hit the corner of the doorway, how it feels when you hit the doorway when you walk through it, and it has that little tingling to it, not the funny bone, but just have a tingling on your elbow for a good 5-10 minutes. It does that, you know, when it starts getting colder. On and off for about a month. Right knee does the same thing. I got it checked, got it x-rayed and all that, and they said it's not arthritis or anything like that. It's just got damaged, and it's just muscles and nerves and all that around it. It's just going to be very sensitive as I get older. They said I should not have any issues of using, you know, my knee running or walking a lot, or my right elbow. I should be able to do everything as normal as, you know, always have. Which I have, I've confirmed that by climbing 200-foot cell towers with no issue, as I did before even that. So, but why people waste so much time of complaining about their bills and all, and not willing to get a better job, get another job, or cut back on their spending, and just waste so much time living paycheck by paycheck, not better themselves, and have to be working 65, 70, 75, 80. I mean, who in the right mind wants to work until they're 65, 70? And life expectancy is in the U.S., as I do believe, is something like 80, 75, 80. Why would you work all your life, save all the money if you're not blowing it foolishly, and retire 65 and knowing you only got like 10 years to enjoy? Why not work your ass off and flip the numbers? Work hard like crazy for many years and retire early. Of course, now, when you retire early, no, the government's not going to give you your, not going to give you, you know, your retirement then. You just have to get things that will supplement to offset your needs. But again, if you become a minimalist and cut back on your spending, that'll make it a lot easier. There's plenty of people out there. I myself, I retired when I was 45. And there's people out there that's jealous and don't understand how things work. They say, "Oh, you ain't retired, you still working." No, I'm not working. I'm not getting up every morning that is expected of me, or I'm responsible for getting up getting up and clock in every day. I don't have a boss. If I want to sleep in, I just sleep in. If I don't want to work for the next 2 or 3 months, doing what I'm doing as a side hustle, just to keep my joints moving, is all I'm really doing it for. And extra coffee money, and honey buns. makes it worthwhile too. Walking the dog. Get a skateboard and let the dog pull. Mush, mush. There you go. But why? I mean, expectancy is, say, 80 years old. Why work 60% roughly or more of lifetime and have less than 20% to enjoy the fruits of all your hard labor? Don't be locked into the system the way it's built, make you work and live paycheck to paycheck. That just seems like how the system is put together. It makes you work paycheck to paycheck, and you can't retire early. To make you work until the retirement age, then you get a little bit of money that the government's willing to give back to you. And they know that they not going to give back all what they took, nowhere near how much, because they know you worked so long in your life and you don't have that many years left, so not many years of them have to pay you. Why do you think it's, say you retire at 65, that you get this certain amount per month? Well, if you wait till 72, you get this extra, because they know they don't have to pay you that extra for many years, because you're just about to the end of life expectancy of living. Yeah, we'll pay you more if you wait, because they're thinking, well, if they wait, they might not make it until that time of retiring at a little bit older age. So we won't have to pay them a thing. Why rely on government when you can do it yourself? And today, the way this world is, of course there's inflation and stuff. But that should not stop you from living the good life of early retirement. No, it's not easy. You have to kick butt for, right out the gate, basically. Now, if you're in your 30s and 40s, yeah, it's going to be a little harder to make it work. Not impossible, though. Not at all. I've seen people do it. But don't sit around on your posterior and complain that your bills are not getting paid. Don't sit on your backside and complain that the bill collectors are calling you day in and day out, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And don't look for a quick handout. All these schemes and scammers, they're betting on people to do it. I love the way this house is built. I would have more of there you can see it here. I would have more brick up the wall instead of that vinyl siding. I mean, it looks nice the way it is, but I would prefer more of the brick. But don't try to get these quick schemes, fast buck, It's not going to work. You think they're going to give you something that you get a lot of money, that they're not going to make something off of it? I just laugh at these ads I see on YouTube. I would say Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all that, but I don't have them accounts. I hadn't had them, and God, it's probably been over a decade since I had a account on any of them. But YouTube and ads come up saying you do this and do that, whatever. It's the new way to make money. But why would they give that information free if they're not going to make some money? There's always a catch to it. A catch-22, I guess they say. Get out there and work your frickin' butt off and make your own money. There's so many opportunities out there. People getting ready for Halloween. See pumpkins, little scarecrows. I mean, just, well, that's an old car. Good old Pinto looks like. People say you can't make no money with gig work, delivering food. Delivering food. Let that sink in. Deliver items. Deliver things. You can't make no money. Well, if that's the case, all the rideshare out there needs to quit. All the gig work needs to quit. And even taxis. They need to quit too because they're delivering people. I mean, that's what a taxi does. It picks up a person or people and delivers them to another location. Same as you do with food. Pick up food from a restaurant. Drop it off at a resident. So if you think gig work does not work, then you need to rethink of your thinking because you're wrong. It's as simple as that. Because if you get technical about it, gig is just a name, a category they came up with. Because driving a taxi can be considered as a gig work because it's exactly what you do in gig work. They just couldn't name it taxi because you deliver food as well. So it had to come up with something else that will blanket all of it. But technically, taxi drivers is in the same category as gig work because you're doing the exact same thing, rideshare. Of course, now taxi would be a dispatch. Of course, you'd probably get a W-2. You can ask for a raise, but still, it's the same thing. There's ways of getting a raise in the gig work. Do multiple apping. Turn 2 or 3 of them on at the same time. When you get an order on one, pause the other 2. Hello. I mean, ride share, pretty much you're set to a certain rate. Well, you're doing taxi. If it's not you that determines your rate, well, you're going to be stuck in the same way. You're still playing taxi, picking up people, dropping them off as you do in gig work, and you have no control of if you get a raise or not. Somebody else has control of it. Get out there, multiple apping, and make the money and cut back on your spending, and you'll get a raise. And just stop complaining about you can't get your bills paid. You can only blame yourself. I'm trying to keep the sun off the lens here. Beautiful place. But that's all I want to talk about in this video is stop being lazy. Stop all the complaining. And just get out there and work your ass off. When you got free time, make money. That's what they mean by time is money. It's valued. It got a real value to it. Time is money. Some people say, no, time is not money. It's not like money. It is. Because you can take time and make money. So time has value. Only if you make the time have value. But if you don't, get out there and make the extra money, cut back on your spending. You have no right to complain if you're not willing to fix the problem. So in other words, shut up. The world don't want to hear you complain that you're being lazy. Simple.